100 pounds gone. My real story about addiction, surgery, and starting over. Hi, I'm Connie, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be completely raw and honest with you. More honest than I've ever been publicly before. I've lost 100 pounds over the past 2 years. But this isn't just about weight loss. It's about addiction, failure, and learning how to start over. My highest weight was 306 pounds. I've never said that out loud to anyone except my husband. So even saying that here for me is really big. My struggle with weight didn't start as an adult. I remember being a little girl, about 5 or 6, standing in a bathing suit, my cute little pink bathing suit, and feeling like I was fat. And when I think about that now, it just breaks my heart. How does a child that young even think that way? But I did. And from that point on, my weight became something I was always aware of. Over the years, I've tried everything. Weight Watchers, LA Weight Loss, Slim Fast, Cabbage Soup Diet, Atkins, weight loss. Honestly, you name it, I've probably tried it and spent a fortune. And sometimes they worked. I could lose weight, but the problem was I had never learned how to maintain. I would hit a low weight, feel good for a while, and then slowly start it back again. That cycle just kept repeating. In my early 40s, I made a big decision. I had gastric sleeve surgery in Mexico. And I want to say this because people sometimes judge that. It was an amazing experience. The hospital was clean, professional, and nothing like people imagine. And at first, it worked really well. But at that same time, I was also struggling with drinking. After surgery, I hadn't drank for 5 months. And then I had one beer. And it tasted good. It felt good. It made me feel happy. And slowly my addiction shifted. Over the next few years, I became an alcoholic. And when you're drinking, your inhibitions go down. So I wasn't just drinking, I started eating again too. Now I was drinking and gaining weight. Eventually, I hit rock bottom. I knew I couldn't keep going like that. I was going to lose my marriage, my job, everything. And I had this secret that I knew I needed to say out loud. So I asked a friend I trusted to meet for coffee. And I told her everything. I cried and I just let it all out. The next few months were really hard. I felt ashamed, like a failure, like I had completely let myself down. And honestly, I didn't know if my marriage would survive. Those feelings don't just go away overnight, but slowly they did get better. At 3 years alcohol-free, I was feeling so proud and I was feeling healthier physically and mentally. But even after all that, I still had my weight to deal with. I had friends having weight loss surgery, and I felt jealous. This ate away at me every day because that used to be me, and I felt like I'd failed. After quitting drinking, I got to around 285 pounds. I lost about 20 pounds doing low carb, but I couldn't go further. So I made the decision to try again. I had gastric bypass back in Mexico, at the same hospital one of my friends had gone to. But this time it was different. This time I understood myself. And this is something I didn't expect. After surgery, my brain doesn't think about food the same way. Before, especially with sweets, food made me happy. There was a reward feeling. But now, if I eat something sweet, I don't get that feeling anymore. I actually kind of feel flat, unsatisfied, like my brain just doesn't respond the same way. And another huge change is what people call food noise, that constant thinking about food, what to eat next, what you're craving, what used to be in my head all the time. And now, it's mostly quiet. Not gone completely, but so much quieter. And that has made a huge difference. Now I'm not perfect. I do have a couple of vices. I drink coffee now, which I never used to. And I drink Coke Zero. Those are kind of my things now. And I do have cheats, but they're safe cheats. I've learned what works for me. So instead of going off track, I'll have things like a pure protein bar, Greek yogurt with chocolate premier protein powder, some nuts, or some mozzarella cheese strings, which I love. These give me something satisfying without triggering that spiral. Although I did go down a Ritz cracker hole, but I realized quickly I had to eliminate them because I still have that line in my head and I know I can't cross it. I can't have chocolate bars or donuts or ice cream because for me, it's just not that one. It never is. It's exactly like having that first drink. One thing I've learned though is I actually can't have sweets. If I have too many, for example, I tried crispy minis. I get what's called late dumping syndrome. Not what you might be thinking, but about 2 hours, almost to the minute after having these blood sugar drops, I get shaky and I start sweating and my brain goes a bit crazy. I can barely think straight. That is late dumping syndrome, so that's another reason to stay away from sweets. Now I'm 2 years out from surgery and I'm down 100 pounds. I have about 3 to 10 pounds left to reach my goal. And the scale is such a funny thing. We all have that magic number. And honestly, if my scale said that number right now, even if nothing else changed, I'd probably be happy. It's crazy how much power we give it. Now, my next challenge is maintenance, because in my life, I've only ever watched the scale go down and then watched it go back up. But this time feels different. I know my lines that I can't cross, and I have those tools. And not because I'm perfect, but because I finally understand myself. And I'm okay with maintaining. That's the goal. I made this video honestly because putting it out there helps me stay accountable. But I also hope it helps someone else. If you feel stuck or ashamed or like you failed too many times, you haven't. You can start again. If this resonates with you, please subscribe and like this video. It really helps me grow and it'll help me on my journey too. And I'd love to have you here with me. This was day 4 of my 30-day challenge to post.